overhead, and the Rosehill track is in magical condition. In fact, the previous winner, Rendu, registered 1 minute 9.8 for the 1200, a really good run. Yep, spring is in the air, and that means good horses, big prize money, and we're going to see some champagne racing in Sydney in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and then we turn our attention south for the Caulfield Melbourne Cup Carnival. A great time of year indeed. The Tea Rose Stakes, named after a filly who won the AJC Derby in 1944. A good field of 3-year-old fillies. The favourite, Ray, Diamond Shower, who has twice beaten Bounding Away.
Yes, John, and strangely enough, she's a little easy in the ring. Although she's the 10-9 favourite on the tote, you can get better than that in the ring around 6-4. Now, as I said, 10-9 Diamond Shower, Magic Flute 11-2, La Cadet's the best back runner 5-2, and shorter than that in the ring around 2-1. Evandale Star 25s, Glory Days 20-1, Trump Days 50s, Ardrenet 33s, Abadan at 80-1. Duelist at 200s, Finetza Bell at 14-1, Gal West 100s, High Beauty at 100, and the outsider is Queen Doll at 330-1, John Tappan. For the first time in a long time, I agree with you. It's a beautiful day.
OK, Ray. Yeah, it's a corker. Tea Rose Stakes, 1,500 metres, a Group 2 race. It carries $40,000 in prize money. And from this barrier, they have a beautiful run straight down the back of the course of some 500 metres before they reach the first turn, so they can win from wide alleys if they've got the pace. Now, I kid you not, there is not a leaf rustling on a tree anywhere. A dead calm at Rosehill. Now waiting for Abadan from the Tommy Smith stable, Ron Dufficy in the saddle to move up into the gates. TJ, of course, in Melbourne today, where his champion, his all-time favourite, Bounding Away, will contest the Verve Clicquot Stakes, a $100,000 race. She only needs to finish in the first 4 to become the 3rd horse ever to win $1 million in this part of the world. Ready to break. Tea Rose Stakes, race 4, Sydney, starter on his stand. Duelist, if anything, a little fidgety, but the gates open. Oh, Adrianet buckled over at the start and was a clear last out of the barrier. Evandale Star began brilliantly, hit the ground in front of Magic Flute, and now Trump Dace is striding up on the inside to join those leaders, followed by Gal West. Adrianet improving after that slow start. Diamond Shower settled down in about 6th spot. At the head of the others, Glory Days. Abadan is rushing around the field, followed by La Cadot, and then Finetza Bell and High Beauty a good way back with Queen Doll, and Duelist is last. There's not a great deal of pace on in the run to the first turn, 1,000 metres out, and Magic Flute under a strong hold, led by a length and a quarter to Evandale Star. Trump Dace in 3rd place, followed by Gal West, Adrianet, Abadan, Diamond Shower. Diamond Shower's about midfield near the fence at the 800 mark, and further back La Cadot, Finetza Bell, Glory Days, and then Queen Doll, followed by Duelist and High Beauty last in a fairly compact field. About 700 out as they near the turn. They're speeding up now, and Magic Flute is the leader from Evandale Star, with Abadan sweeping up on the outside quickly now to put pressure on these leaders. Trump Dace in 4th place, hard ridden, followed by Gal West and Diamond Shower, who's flat to the boards on the turn, about 7 lengths off the lead. Straightening for the run home now, and on the outside it's Abadan fighting it out with Magic Flute. Trump Dace on the fence, Evandale Star running a bit of a race. Diamond Shower's under heavy pressure, not doing enough at the moment. Halfway down the straight, Magic Flute still in front. Evandale Star inch by inches wearing it down. Evandale Star coming at Magic Flute. Evandale Star grabbed the lead, she's too good, and Evandale Star wins the Tea Rose. Now Magic Flute might have just lasted for second, a breath in front of Adrianet or Diamond Shower, and then La Cadot, High Beauty, Trump Dace and Glory Days, Abadan. Further back, Gal West, followed by Finetza Bell. A long way back in the field came Queen Doll, and Duelist is one of the last to finish. The winner will be Evandale Star, ridden by Shane Dye. Number 4, Evandale Star, ridden by Shane Dye, has won the Tea Rose Stakes on the New South Wales TAB. Odds of 24-1, about $12.50 and $1.90. Here's the replay. By G. Dye looked good on that, and what a lovely action filly she is, Evandale Star. She gallops low to the ground. She's got very little action with those front legs. They generally make the best racehorses because they don't expend unnecessary energy. Evandale Star, indeed a nice filly by Aurealis out of Bide Your Time, is trained at Rosehill by Brian Smith, and she's won the Tea Rose Stakes. The next race coming our way will be the Dow Corning Handicap at 10 minutes after 3. Kenny Callender, what do you think of this?
Well, in the first leg of the Daily Double, you're not going to get very flash odds if you back Cosmic Kingdom, but more importantly, I think you'll be queuing up, and I'm certainly not going to take any big risks with him as a bookmaker. He's won his 3 starts this time in, and each time he's gone better than the time before. Last week here at Rosehill, he was extremely impressive. He was trapped 3 deep throughout, but it made no difference. He sprinted when Bruce Compton put his foot on the accelerator, and that was the end of the section. Today, he's stepping up to 1,900 metres, but that'll suit him even more. So how in the hell are they going to beat Cosmic Kingdom?
As simple as that. How the hell are they going to beat him? Well, there's the winner, Evandale Star, coming back to scale after adding the T-Row Stakes to her belt. Nice filly indeed by the former top sprinter, Aurealis. Well, there's plenty more coming up on Wide World of Sports.
So my money's staying in the pocket. Run for Cover at 50 to 1, Cosmic Kingdom at 10 to 9, Luxa Lottery at 10s, Il Comandante at 33s, Madalena 16 to 1, My Frontiersman 16, St Tristram 80s. Now Paris Knight, a representative of the stable, just told me he thinks it's got a good chance. Unfortunately, I'm stuck on the stand and can't get on. Kahana Bay at 20s, Ara King 50s, Englishman at 8 to 1, Kutzbar at 50s, Bluegrass Dance at 10s, and Single Endeavour at 100 to 1. Tappy, any chance of you getting set on Paris Knight?
I'm already on. I sent my messenger. OK, waiting for Bluegrass Dancer, Luxa Lottery and Ara King. There might be another one or two just getting out of my sight as well. Bruce Compton rides Cosmic Kingdom in the race. I wonder if he's heard about the slows. Ray spoke with him earlier.
I guess his 3 wins so far have been mild surprises, but this race today he's expected to win, so I hope he knows that.
Well, I expected him to win the other day and the time before that too, so I just hope he carries it on.
Well, in future, I'll ask you not to keep it a secret and make sure you tell me.
I keep everything a secret.
Good luck to you, Bruce.
Thank you very much.
Okay, stop.
Bruce Compton, a nice bloke and a great jockey. Bruce came from New Zealand about time gets by, must be 4 years ago now. Took him a little while to hit his straps in Australia, but once he did, he took off like a wildfire, and he's been right up there amongst the top 5 or 6 jockeys ever since. Very vigorous rider, and his strength is certainly his forte. He's certainly the ideal type of rider for a lazy horse or a loafer. I'm not suggesting Cosmic Kingdom fits that category. He seems a pretty genuine type. Now they're ready. They face squarely. Single Endeavour drawn in about 7 gate as marking time. Mal Johnston on English Mint replacing Jim Cassidy, who's ill. Now Run for Cover wants to sit right back on the gate, and attendant going in to try and sool it forward. Il Comandante stands up well. Racing now, pretty good start. St Tristram from the inside, one of the first out. Madalena began well, and so did Kahana Bay, Bluegrass Dancer, Paris Knight. Luxa Lottery out pretty deep as surging towards the lead, followed by Single Endeavour. English Mint is trapped out very deep from her wide gate, followed closely by Il Comandante. At the head of the others then is My Frontiersman as they head to the back. Further back in the field on settling down is Run for Cover. Il Comandante has gone a mile back into the field now, and dropping out to be last of all is Ara King to the back. 1400 out. English Mint had to be used up a bit to cross and take over. English Mint in front by about 2 lengths to Luxa Lottery on the outside of Kahana Bay. A length and a half then to Single Endeavour, St Tristram and Madalena. About 2 to Paris Knight, followed by Cosmic Kingdom, and getting between that pair, Bluegrass Dancer. Kutzbar next on the outside of My Frontiersman, followed by Ara King and Run for Cover. And Il Comandante went back to be last as they get to the 1,000 mark, and Mal Johnston had English Mint striding freely. In front by a length and a quarter to Luxa Lottery going to second, Kahana Bay third, Single Endeavour fourth on the outside, followed by Madalena, St Tristram, Paris Knight, Bluegrass Dancer. Ara King taking off is rushing around the field, well back Kutzbar, Cosmic Kingdom, and then My Frontiersman, followed by Run for Cover, and last of all is Il Comandante. Now Compton starting to boot this favourite along, Cosmic Kingdom. He's in front of about 5 horses at the 600 mark, where English Mint is still in front. Luxa Lottery second, flat to the boards, and then Kahana Bay, Madalena, 3 deep, Single Endeavour, right off the track as Ara King as they turn for home, and then St Tristram, and Cosmic Kingdom is behind a bunch of horses, but there's a run there now if he's good enough. English Mint still in front in the straight over Luxa Lottery, Madalena on the outside throwing down the gauntlet, and further out Paris Knight is running on strongly. Inside the 200, Madalena reached the lead, grabbed in turn by Paris Knight, and here comes the Kingdom. Cosmic Kingdom is lunging in the last bit. Paris Knight in front, Cosmic Kingdom won't get to him, and Paris Knight beat the fast finishing Cosmic Kingdom. Third's very close, the fast finishing My Frontiersman or Madalena. Run for Cover made up ground, Il Comandante made up ground. Then Bluegrass Dancer, English Mint weakened, had to be used up from that wide barrier. Further back Kahana Bay, Luxa Lottery, Ara King, Single Endeavour, Kutzbar, and last St Tristram. 50 metres further, Cosmic Kingdom dead set wears down that leader, but the post was too close, and Cosmic Kingdom's recent sequence has been halted. by Paris Knight, ridden by Jamie Innes on the TAB, just a tick under 6 to 1. About $3.45 and $1 Paris Knight. That was the late tip that Ray Hadley passed on just before they jumped in the event. Paris Knight by Sir Daniel out of Newey Jean, raced by Jay Vickery, trained by Theo Green at Randwick and ridden by Jamie Innes. Now, we won't be seeing race 6, but we will be seeing the 7th event, the Shannon Quality Handicap. Let's see what Ken thinks of that.
The second leg of the Daily Double today, the Shannon Quality Handicap, in my opinion, is probably the hardest race on the program. I think there's a lot of chances, and it took me a long while to come up with any sort of a tip. And the horse I've finally settled on is TAB number 2, Blazing Cotton. Now, Blazing Cotton's not a good thing, but I think he'll be extremely hard to beat and he'll be great value. He's drawn barrier 2, so he should get a good run in the race. He'll travel to the turn and he can run 1,500 metres right out. Now, if you look in the race book, at his last 2 starts, he was 2nd at Newcastle and 3rd at Wyong. That doesn't sound flash, but I can tell you both runs were good, and All Chan and 4 Papa, who beat him at Wyong, are both pretty handy netties. I think number 2, Blazing Cotton, represents excellent each-way value.
OK, Ken, official placings now on race 5 go to 8, 2, 6 at Rosehill. Paris Knight first, Cosmic Kingdom second, and getting up for 3rd was My Frontiersman. Lots more happening on Wide World of Sports.
Prince. Tip at 20 to 1, Karma Cruise 40s, Lord Waverley 10 to 1, Bow Kingdom at 12 to 1, Shinakima 14s, Inconceivable 15 to 1, Durai Blue at 30s, Primrose Lane at 40 to 1, and Mad Maxine, John Tapp at 66 to 1.
OK, Ray, one of them carrying the all-pink colours of the club over there at the start. In fact, that almost got under my guard. I'm blowed if I noticed that going to the barrier. It's number 8, Bow Kingdom. So you've got to have eyes in the back of your head. Now, Nigel Tiley has been able to snare a late ride on Periscope with Jim Cassidy on the sick list. Ken spoke with Nigel Tiley a little earlier.
Well, talking to people earlier in the day, they tell me that horses that run well on the tramway have a very good record in this particular race.
Well, I haven't been back through the records or anything like that, but the horse's work's been good. I've taken a tongue tie off him today to see if it'll improve his racing manners a little bit. And, you know, Brian gives him a pretty good show in the Epsom, so I think that he should be very hard to beat today.
He's a horse that can take a forward position if you need to, is he?
He is, but he's possibly a little bit better if he's just allowed to settle off the pace and get his own way home.
Good luck to you.
Thanks, Ray.
Nigel Tiley talking with Ray Hadley, not with Ken Callender. Old habits die hard. Now, Mad Maxine, Periscope and Primrose Lane to move up. He's dismounted from Mad Maxine, who has a bit of a reputation of a barrier rogue. She's given trouble on more than one occasion in the past. A 4-year-old mare by John Splendid, trained by that genial Irishman from Warwick Farm, Paul Cave. Now, Mad Maxine being straightened up, trying to lead her forward. Previous race, the Hill Stakes, went to the Mayfield Smith train Colour Page, starting at big odds of 15 to 1 and scoring easily. There was a real bumping duel on the turn into the straight between the favourite Gallery Level and Orb, and little Gallery Level was virtually put out of commission there. It knocked the wind right out of his sails. Now, they're all in, I think, with, oh no, Mad Maxine riderless and still out, and we're waiting also for Primrose Lane with the white blaze to move up. She's a rather hard mare to follow, Primrose Lane. She mixes the form a little bit, although her last 2 runs have been good. She won a race at Warwick Farm and then ran second on the same track to zip home at the Tuesday meeting there recently. Primrose Lane, one of Robert Sangster's beautifully bred mare by Century, and she'll be going to the stud shortly, I'm told. Now, here's the starter, Billy Dale, wearing a brand new hat, I might add. I've not seen him wearing headwear before, but he does look resplendent. Now, there's Bill pouncing onto his perch, picks up the button, and they're ready to break. Bow Kingdom in all pink. Similar colours here on Karma Cruise and Lord Waverley. Pretty close colours. Drawn, who missed work recently as a result of a cough, and they're off. And Drawn from the inside began fairly well. Primrose Lane a bit slow, went straight back to the tail. Shinakima bounded out in front at the start from Blazing Cotton, and so Tip and Periscope are handy. Tierra Wrist has ridden a bit to hold his spot in the early part, and then Drawn just behind the leading pack, followed by Lord Waverley, and then Durai Blue and Inconceivable, Mad Maxine and Karma Cruise well back early. Bow Kingdom second last, and Primrose Lane whip them in as they go to the 1,000 mark, and the long-striding Shinakima is the leader, in front by a bit more than a length to Tierra Wrist in second place, Blazing Cotton third, and running fourth on the outside Periscope, who's perfectly positioned. Inconceivable moving up, obliged to race 3 deep at the 800 mark, followed by Drawn hugging the rail, wants to pull a bit the little bloke, and further back in the field so Tip as they near the corner, at the head of the others, then coming up to the bend as Durai Blue, followed by Mad Maxine, and back at the tail Primrose Lane and Bow Kingdom, and Karma Cruise in front of about 4 horses turning the corner. Into the straight, Shinakima led, Tierra Wrist and Periscope 3 deep. Off the track, Inconceivable on the fence behind those, Blazing Cotton. Drawn is now hooked out and is starting to put in his run as they come down to the 200 mark. We're getting to the leaders, Periscope from Tierra Wrist and Shinakima. Here's Drawn. Oh, golly, he's all heart, isn't he? Little Drawn on the outside has raced up to Periscope, and they're going to fight it out with Tierra Wrist boxing on. Drawn just in front, Periscope kicking again. Oh, what a heart. He got there, Drawn, a mighty little horse. Drawn has beaten Periscope. Tierra Wrist is third. Wide out then, making up good ground as Karma Cruise, followed by Bow Kingdom, So Tip, and then Durai Blue and Lord Waverley. Further back, Mad Maxine, Primrose Lane, Inconceivable, and Blazing Cotton has pulled up with the tail enders. Excuse my coarse expression, guts, guts and more guts. Now, that little horse missed heaps of work recently. He had a cold. He had a very bad cold, and he coughed for days on end. His trainer, Les Bridge, had to really go easy on him. Les pointed out to the press yesterday that the horse was a mile short of his top. A mile short. And he probably was, but he's got one thing that is a very rare commodity, and that's guts, brother, with a capital G. Did you see him stick out that little head and neck in the last 50 metres? Just coming to the line, 20 metres from home, I thought he was gonna give up, Little Drawn, because the other horse kicked Periscope, but he just seems to know where the line is, and look at him, strike me pink, knee-high to a hop-toe. Little tiny horse by Star Shower out of Penny Draw, trained by Les Bridge, ridden by Gavin Duffy. Gavin's an aggressive little bloke, and he gets on well with Drawn. Ah, I love that little horse. OK, the last of the day at 4:55. Let's see what Ken Callender thinks of that.
In the lucky last today, I'm going for Ronnie Quinton on TAB number 10, Super Asset. Super Asset will be a fair price, and I think you'll get the money. As a matter of fact, I think he's an each-way special. Last start at Randwick, he finished 6th to Mighty Zephyr, but if luck would have gone his way, he would have finished 1st. Cop my tip. He's very well placed. He's had a few runs in from a spell now, and with 52 kilograms in a race like this, I think he's extremely well weighted. Horses like Bicentenary, Stately Image, Kate Charlotte will all be very well backed, and perhaps 2 Card Shark. But I think the main danger to Super Asset is another Newcastle horse, Barzoon. But you back TAB number 10, Super Asset.
This ovation for Drawn as Gavin Duffy brings him back. Race crowds love a champion. Race crowds love a horse with heart. And when they open the gates here and this little bloke comes back down the raceway, they're going to lift the roof off the joint here at Rosehill. Good on you, Gavin. Good on you, Drawn. There's a little horse who hasn't started for 1 month. He had 58.5 kilos on that pony-like frame, and he just won't say die. You've just seen a great little horse on Wide World of Sports. He was dislodged about 100 metres from home on a horse called Warlike. He clung around its neck for a few seconds, almost got back on board, and then eventually dropped to the turf. But I'm pleased to report nothing went over the top of him, and Wayne escaped with not a scratch. He was a lucky boy.
Certainly was, John. I had a look at that race on closed circuit, and as you say, he just clung to the reins for about 50 or 60 metres before eventually being dislodged, and that's good news that he's not injured at all. Bicentenary at 13-4 in this, Black Valley at 9-1, Retail 33s, Stately Image at 10-1, Kate Charlotte also at 10s, Macro Girl 33s, Barzoon at 11, Card Shark at 9 first up, Bit of money here for Super Asset. That's Kenny Callender's tip at 9-2. Lady Lindlam 33s. Little Gay Fun 100. Canassia at 30s. Wong's expected to run well this time, and it's 7-1. It's Lunchtime 100s. White Light 330, and Like a Night at 50-1. John, apart from that top weight, there are about 4 other horses given a very good chance of winning this particular event.
OK, Ray, 2 scratchings in it, a field of 16 to run. Barrier positions very, very important here because, as you can see, they start on the course proper, which gives them a very short run to the first bend. And, oh, gee, I fancy horses drawn in close. Bicentenary in 9 is not all that well off, but those wider than 9 are certainly in trouble. One runner in the race of interest is It's Lunchtime, which, if he never achieves anything else on the turf, goes down in history as the last winning mount for the veteran jockey Jack Thompson, who retired just over a year ago at 62 years of age. Jack won a race on It's Lunchtime at Wyong just a few weeks before he eventually called it quits, although his last mount was at Kembla Grange, an unplaced ride on a horse called Blocky Sun. Jack's probably watching us right now on Wide World of Sports. Good luck to you, Professor. And I guess this horse will bring back memories to you, a burst of nostalgia. Sydney race fans next Thursday morning are invited to attend the Australian Jockey Club's Breakfast with the Stars at Royal Randwick Racecourse. A free breakfast is available, and many of the top contenders for the Epsom, Metrop and Champion Stakes will be in action. Riders will be wearing colours. There'll be a course broadcast, and between the hours of 6 and 9, a champagne breakfast with the Stars. Randwick, Thursday next. Starter Billy Dale on his stand, last of the day at Rosehill, glorious day. Now Barzoon is in the gates and facing well, so is Canassia. Macro Girl stands up well, so does Retail. Kate Charlotte, Bicentenary bandaged on both forelegs. Wong, ridden by Bruce Compton, carries the yellow and black checks. White Light, Lady Lindlam standing up nicely, so's Little Gay Fun. I can't see any problem in the gates. Should go at any second. Mal Johnston on Card Shark. Mal won the first today on Slave Trade. Ooh, I saw a red cap lunge forward in the gate then, whatever it was. Still no start. Now there is, they're away. Oh, Mark de Montfort ever alert and bounded out in front on Kate Charlotte at the start. Black Valley began well and going quickly. It's Lunchtime towards the lead, and Card Shark showing good pace, so is Super Asset. Bicentenary is away well, but he's trapped pretty deep in the run to the first corner. At the head of the others, Wong, and then Barzoon, followed in that gap of horses by Stately Image. Further back, Lady Lindlam, and they were followed by Canassia, Little Gay Fun. They're packed up very, very tightly. Well back, White Light, followed by Like a Night, and Retailers last of all. About 700 to go. Card Shark is the leader. Bicentenary had to work hard to move up second, and then Wong and Lady Lindlam can't get on the track. She's 4 deep. At the head of the others then as they near the turn is Super Asset. Stately Image between horses. Kate Charlotte got shuffled back a bit near the fence as they turn for home, and then Canassia. It's Lunchtime at the head of the others, followed by Macro Girl and Retail. Into the straight they run, and Card Shark is the leader. Bicentenary is coming at it strongly on the outside. Running on near the fence, Kate Charlotte, followed by It's Lunchtime, and Super Asset can't win. Bicentenary coming at Card Shark, and they've come away from Kate Charlotte and It's Lunchtime. Bicentenary can't get to the leader at the moment. It's Card Shark in front. Mal Johnston throwing everything at it. Oh, geez, a pretty rider, isn't he? And Card Shark held out Bicentenary to beat him a half length. It's Lunchtime third, I think, in front of Barzoon and the fast finishing Canassia. Then Kate Charlotte, Black Valley, followed by White Light, Super Asset, Like a Night. At the head of the others came Wong and Stately Image, Macro Girl, Lady Lindlam, Little Gay Fun, and Retail is back near the tail of the field. Number 9, the winner, Card Shark. In the last of the day, number 8 rather, number 8 Card Shark, 9 was a scratching, Rodrigo. The winner, Card Shark, is part owned by well-known Sydney racing writer Phil Wilson from The Sun. Congratulations to Phil, his wife Joan, and also Dominic and Cheryl Byrne. Dominic Byrne and his wife, and of course Cheryl is the daughter of Joan Wilson, so that's a real family affair. And boy, they were watching the race just below us here in the stand at Rosehill. They vaulted off their seats and they went down the stairs into the mounting yard at 100 miles an hour. Good luck to them. Card Shark, a double to Mal Johnston in the first and last races, and as I said in the call, you saw him going to the line using the whip in the left hand. That's the great jockey we've come to know so well, Malcolm Johnston. Rightio, live racing action today brought to you with the compliments of Tui's. You can sit back and enjoy one now. I got a couple of hours to wait yet. And plenty more coming up between now and 6 on Wide World of Sports.
So I see you